Welcome to the Keriba Building and Construction Program, Indigenous Business Spotlight. But first, let me start by acknowledging the traditional owners on the land upon which we are virtually meeting on. I'm on Gibboy Wallabarri Yidinji country up in Moorabool in Cairns. We pay respects to them and all of the traditional owners on the land upon which we are meeting, their family, their elders and their communities. And we also acknowledge all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who are listening into our yarning circle today. The Keriba Building and Construction Program is powered by tagaimc consultants and supported by Construction Skills Queensland. The Keriba Building and Construction Program provides support to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander businesses within the building and construction industry in far north Queensland and in North Queensland. Over the course of the program, the importance is about putting a spotlight on our very deadly Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander businesses in the building and construction industry in far north Queensland and North Queensland, and the incredible work that they're doing in the industry. So we're really excited today to welcome Dennis Mohamed from SDC Group. Dennis, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thank you. Look, we've known Dennis for a long time, and we've actually seen the progression and how deadly the progression of Dennis's business is, and we're so excited to hear what you have to say. But Dennis, let's start by telling us, about you. Who's your mob, that sort of stuff.
Okay, I'm a Cairns person. My mob is Yurakanji. We go from the Barron River to Port Douglas and the Outer Reefs. That's on my mum's side.
Yep.
On my grandfather's side, we're Waggarukaba from Townsville. I don't know too much about them, but yeah, but I know that that's the other side. Yeah, so I'm from Cairns, and Cairns is very close bordered areas. As the actual Yurakanji is not that big. It's shared by a lot of other clan groups. Yeah.
Deadly.
Yeah, so
That's so good.
Is that okay?
That's deadly. No, thank you. It's so important as mob, isn't it? Because we belong to the country that we come from, and it's important that we acknowledge that, and no matter where we are, acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land upon which we live and work on as well. So yeah, but no, deadly. But brother, tell us about SDC Group. You've been going for such a long time now, and you're growing from strength to strength. So tell us a little bit about SDC Group.
SDC Group, we're a concreting business, but not just a concreting business. Our main space is in the civil space, but in the concreting, we're into structural formwork, steel, and concrete. It's a business that is, I suppose, in the construction, everybody needs concrete, and that's that's the basis of all construction. Yeah. And so I've been at it now for how old am I? I'm 61, and I've been doing this since I was 14 years old.
Wow.
And, I've been in business now for just over 40 years, I think. Yeah.
That is so deadly, so deadly, to hear that. And it is true, concrete is like this, almost the start of the foundation.
It is, yeah.
Once they do the earthworks, and then it's the foundation. So, absolutely deadly. And your business has grown so much. So you're up here, but you did start down south. We were down south for a long time.
Yeah, I actually did start in Cairns.
Yeah.
Back when I was in my early 20s, probably 21 or something. and but having kids and that, and just felt that I needed to go south, take my children down south. So I grew them up in the Sunshine Coast for nearly 30 years, where we started SDC still in my early 20s, and it's gone from it as we're pretty well a household name on the sunny coast and Brisbane. We don't advertise at all. We've just got our connections through all different groups and government that we're preferred suppliers to a lot of companies.
Deadly.
And now I'm up in Cairns. I came back to Cairns to retire, but seeing the need amongst our people up here for, I suppose you could say, to be a role model, but also to be able to create employment for our young people, and SDC down south is still going strong. My son Joel is the general manager down there, and he's currently we employ. It's very hard because of the skills shortage, but it's I think we're down to about 60, maybe 70 people.
Amazing.
Including office staff. So up here in Cairns, we're up to 20 people, probably 80 to 90% Indigenous employed. And like I say, we've so I still love going on site. I still love putting my gumboots on. But my greatest joy, and I think my greatest calling, is to actually train young people, train young guys, and be a mentor to them.
Yeah, no, that's so deadly to hear, and also too, like, it's so deadly. Like, your business has grown, but your son is now the general manager of your business. You know, as well. So, you sort of, and like as Mob, we help Mob. That's what we do. We employ Mob. We have a heart for, not that we don't have heart for everyone, but we have a heart for our Mob. So it's really heartwarming to hear. Tell us a few of the, some of the bigger businesses, like you talked about being a preferred supplier and, that sort of thing. What are a couple of the bigger businesses that you've been working with? Or even a couple of the projects,
we're preferred suppliers for RoadTech North, which is North Brisbane, which goes from pretty well Brisbane all the way to Maryborough. So we do a lot with RoadTech, Shadforth's, which is I think one of Australia's largest privately owned civil companies on the Sunshine Coast. We've been doing their work now for over 20 years.
Wow.
So we're preferred suppliers for those guys and halls. So Carruthers Construction. There's many that we are preferred. It just slips my mind.
No, it's deadly. And like when you're driving along, I know you've been driving along the highway in South Cairns, and you see your signs up on the side of the road and stuff like that. So, no, very deadly, my brother. Very inspirational, what you're doing. Is it, we're listening to Dennis Mohamed from SDC Group about the work that they're doing in their company. Well, do you have three, key points that you could give other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander businesses in the building and construction industry?
My advice to Indigenous businesses from the get-go is one thing I've always done is always relied on my understanding of my core value. You must have a core value to your business. And when things get tough or a little bit confusing, you always lean back on your core business, your core value.
Yes.
And that kind of redirect your it makes things clear why you're doing these things.
Yeah.
Your core value must be you.
Yep.
And it must be truth about you, why you're doing it. So that would be my number one. The number two would be to have good people around you. You don't need to be one of my sayings is that I'm not the smartest person, but I do have smart people around me.
Yep.
And they definitely help me with the lack because everybody hasn't got it all, and you must understand that you haven't got it all.
Yeah.
And you must have smart people with you, because that's part of the humility of life, is that you must have people where your weakness is. You need people that can carry that with that strength. I suppose that would be my be my thing, and to understand the way life goes is like a ladder.
Yeah. Be
careful who you're stepping on when you climb the ladder, because as you come down, there'll be others coming up stepping on you, and so to make sure that your relationships will carry you through the thick and thins of life, and that would be I've known that as a reality, that when things have got difficult, relationships do carry you through.
Yeah. No, that's deadly. And thank you for that advice. Very important. No, fantastic. Thank you. But, and we'd like to thank Dennis Mohamed today, for the director of SDC Group, for coming on and sharing about his business. And if you're after information, you can find them at www.sdcgroup.com.au. But let us finish where we started today by acknowledging the traditional custodians on the land upon which we are all meeting today, and pay our respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. I wish to extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people watching this video, and their elders, past, present as well, community and family. If you are an established Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander business and in the building and construction industry and operating in far North Queensland and North Queensland, contact us if you'd like to be a part of the Keriba program. We'd love to have you on board. If you are a buyer, government department or industry supplier who would like to support the program, we encourage you to contact us. If you are someone looking for a business like SDC Group, who is in far North Queensland, that provides services, get in contact with the team at SDC Group. They'd love to hear from you. But again, big SO Dennis for coming on today. We really appreciate it. Thank you for sharing your story. It's really deadly to see our mob doing so well, and encouraging for other mob too, because, even though we work hard and we do what we do, we're able to share that with other mob. So we greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much.